Running a bar isn't just about pouring drinks, shouting tickets, or telling people what to do. It's about managing people, systems, numbers, and yourself. Welcome. This is Bar Manager's Notebook. Hi, I'm Lorenzo Rocci. I spent years behind bars, and what I learned is that bar management is one of the most difficult jobs there is in the hospitality industry. People think that it's about being the boss, when instead it's more like being the glue, an invisible hand that connects everybody, makes sure the bar and everything runs smoothly while making it look effortless. This is episode 1 of a 10-part series, where I will be guiding you through what it really means bar management. No fluff, my experience, just real stuff. We're going to be talking about system, leadership, costing, and so much more. But let's dive in together. Bar management is the art of juggling thousands of moving pieces. Staff, schedule, stock, guest, mood, and so much more. And everything has to be done with grace. It's not just a place and a bar that has to be fully clean at all time or fully stocked, despite being very important. It's a place where your people, your staff, wants and love to work there. It's about creating and building from scratch experience for your guests that feels intentional. It's about hitting your number so that your bar is going to be sustainable in the long run. It's leadership, it's strategy, it's emotional intelligence. As a manager, you have to zoom in and out during an evening. And let me tell you, you might be called to fix a POS in one moment while you have to run after and talk to one of your staff member that maybe is struggling, or maybe they have to want to have a one-on-one for whatever reason. And then it might be that in the same night or just few minutes after, you will have to go to the door, check in a guest, welcome them with your best smile, and make them feel welcome in your venue. And let me tell you, there is no book that can fully teach that. And that's why I wanted to break it down for you from someone who lived it. And now let's talk about structure. You often hear bartender, bar manager, GM, owners, but where does bar management really fit in all this? So here's how I see it. Bartender, they execute. Bar manager are the one to lead, support, and maintain systems. GM are the one to focus more on the overall venue, so staff, numbers, and marketing. Owners, ideally, they focus on the mid to long-term vision of a company. Now, if you are a bar manager, imagine yourself like a bridge. A bridge that transforms the ownership vision into reality through your team. But this bridge might be shaky if there are unclear expectations, poor communication, no transparency, and the entire operation will suffer from it. I want to also do a little step back because obviously those are 4 roles that I mentioned. And sometimes in Europe, Italy, London, UK, even in Asia, to certain part, to my knowledge, the role of a bar manager can overlap very closely what is in US the role of a GM. But for now, let's focus on those 4 figures just for this exercise. I want to also tell you a story. I once was managing a bar and I had other 6 people that were with me in this bar. I was recently promoted. I had all these ideas in mind. I wanted to see drinks in a certain way. I wanted to implement so many procedures. I wanted to get the bar this way, the direction, all that. And I realized after a little bit that the things weren't moving exactly how I wanted to see them. And I was getting frustrated because I could not explain myself how it was possible that things weren't going where I wanted them to see. So after a while, now I have 6 people that they all look at each other and they don't know who is in charge of what. And that for me was a realization because I could not see that. I was blinded And I realized that it was my fault. It was my fault because I did not give a clear expectation. I didn't communicate clearly what I wanted to see. I did not put everybody in the position to be at their best. So, what did I do? It was to call them all. We gathered together. There were a bunch of extraordinary people, and I told them exactly what I wanted to see, what was the goal that we had in mind, how could we achieve it, and I also asked them their feedback. And eventually, we came up with the structure of people that each one of them had a different role and different accountability and different expectation for each of the things that had to be done. And that's actually how we move forward. And this is actually how we eventually came, the whole project came through fruition successfully. To summarize all this, then I want to close it in a sentence, which is structure brings peace, and peace brings performance. Bar management isn't just what you do, it's how you think. And here are some lessons for you that I learned through my career. If you're doing a job and you think no one can do it better than you, you will burn out. If you're taking everything personally, you will quit. If you're waiting for perfection, then you will never start. The best manager I've met and encountered through my career were the ones that were calm under pressure. They were great with system. They knew how they work. They knew how to bend them when there was the need. They were kind but not soft. And also, the best manager, they were the one always willing to learn. Another manager one day told me, your job is not to be liked, it's to be respected and trusted. And let me tell you, I have to disagree partially with that. I think through honesty, transparency, and being there for people, you can be liked. And at the same time, you will be respected and trusted. Trust is built over the action of repetition of being there. It's the one to be consistent. Do what you say you will do. Make yourself accountable when you will mess up. Be clear with your ideas, with your expectation. Also, most importantly, for you, manage your own energy. You are one. You don't want to burn out. You have one body and one mind. You have to take care of it. I created this season because I love everything about bar. I love the sounds of ice shaking. I love the people talking. I love the music that progressively goes up. I love the lights progressively goes down. I love when people don't know each other and they start talking to each other. And everything is so magical about bar. The flavor, taste, smell, everything. It's so magical. But most importantly, I created this season specifically because I know that a lot of bartenders, they get thrown into a managerial position with zero guidance. One day you are an absolutely stellar bartender, and the day after, here you go, now you're a manager. So now the expectation is that you're going to be able to write a schedule, write your budget, read a P&L, show up for labor meeting, and do so many other duties that you have no idea, nobody prepared you for. And you're gonna be burning out and sometimes even leave the industry. So I feel that there was a gap to fill in there. And that's where I wanna help. I wanna make it easy for you. Each time, each episode will dive deep into a different core topic. Real, practical, and from the heart. If this sounds like something that could help you or your peers, then hit subscribe, like, and leave me a comment below and let me know what challenges you've faced in management. Let's start building better bar. Let's do it together. See you in the next episode.